歴史に渦巻く無数なインターフェース進化の
Hey, what's happening everyone? I am Sir James from Gamerfuzion.com, and today I'm here to provide you with my review for Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3 V Generation. And pretty much what this is that this is a remake of Hyperdimension Victory that was released on the PlayStation 3 system. In this story, Neptune has been sucked into an alternate dimension of Gamindustri, and in order for her to escape the late 80s, Neptune will have to collect enough shares to open up a path to her own dimension. But unfortunately, things are not going to go so easy due to the fact that you have to defeat the 7 sages, and the 7 sages are the ones that are pretty much trying to destroy Gamindustri and get rid of all the CPUs, and including Neptune. Now, going over the graphics, whether you're a new player or returning player, Hyperdimension has always had that really nice and colorful, unique style to it with a variety of different characters, especially the main CPUs, and of course the different locations, set pieces, and enemies that you get to deal with. So pretty much the game is bright and colorful as you would expect it to be. Now, going over the gameplay is pretty much like it was in Hyperdimension Rebirth 1. However, of course, this one is going to feature a different storyline than how it was during that previous game. But just to kind of give you guys a quick reminder, or for those of you who maybe have not played Rebirth 1 or Rebirth 2, pretty much this is how it goes. During the combat phase, it's going to have a list of who's going to be going next in terms of the turn phase on the left hand side. You're able to move your characters about the radius in which you're able to move to, and of course you could perform combo attacks. There's about 3 types you could choose from. For example, break was going to be reducing their overall shields, and you could stagger the enemy, and once the enemy is staggered you could do much more damage. And pretty much the way it goes down to is that the more you level up in the game and progress into the game story mode, you're going to be unlocking more abilities, items, weapons, and of course special attacks. And of course each of the characters in the game could transform into their HDD mode, which is basically a much more powerful version of their basic form and things like that. Of course, you could also do the same type of customization where you could customize your combo attacks, and depending on how you match that up, you're going to get a different end result of what the end strike is going to be. For example, if you're using nothing but magical abilities, then of course the final attack is going to be much more stronger at magical ability than it was. Same thing with basic attacks and so much more. Now, next up, when you're not in combat phase, you pretty much can expect the same as it was in Rebirth 2, where you could go to the different locations, and the more you progress into the story, the more different spots you get to unlock. You could go to the shop and buy new weapons. You can buy outfits to customize your characters, and of course, you have your guild option, which basically allows you to do side quests to earn more currency and to level up your character even further. Now, another nice thing about this is that they also brought back a dungeon mode, the Stellar's Dungeon, which you can go and pretty much find more rare loot to increase your character's abilities and attack strength. And of course, not only that, you could even customize and recreate Gamindustri into your own liking by creating things such as plans, and these plans could basically alter the treasures that you find in the dungeons, and of course will also change the difficulty of the enemy as you progress into the game, such as making them stronger or weaker depending on what you want to do, because it's pretty much overall your choice. Now, as for the sound portion of the game, the soundtrack, as always, is pretty much really enjoyable to listen to, and the cast of characters that you're familiar with make their return in this game. And of course, as my personal favorite every time I play these games is when they break the fourth wall. So if you're a fan of fourth wall jokes, a bit of humor, and like an interesting story, then this is definitely one that you're going to enjoy. Now, going over the game's lifespan, the lifespan here is that it's pretty much an RPG. So if you want to unlock more things, or especially for those of you who like to get 100% completion, you're going to find yourself playing this for hours on end, grinding some of your characters so that way you can get more of the abilities, or going over some of the harder trophies to obtain in the game. But overall, this game definitely provides you well over 20 hours of gameplay. As for the innovation, was there anything new here? Was this something that we already seen before? As stated in the beginning, this is pretty much a remake that was brought over from the PlayStation 3 onto the PlayStation Vita. But overall, there's not really much of a big innovation or change. I'm just glad that we got another Hyperdimension game on the portable handheld system of the PlayStation Vita's library. But in the end, I'm going to give Hyperdimension Rebirth 3 a 9 out of 10. So if you're a fan of the Hyperdimension games, then you might want to add this one to your collection. But until then, I am Sir James from Gamerfuzion.com, where we empower your gaming.